What is going on, homies? It is your boy Nick from On the Foot Market here. Today I'm bringing you guys a really helpful video on ones to watch investing. Now this video isn't just going to be any generic video clickbaiting, all that shit, guys. This is going to be a full tutorial on how to do the ones to watch investing right, how to know when to buy, when to sell, how to make a lot of coins. Ones to watch was something that was introduced in FIFA 17, and if you knew what was going on and if you knew how to prepare, invest, sell, be timely with all of it, you could have made so much money. I know I made over like 3 million, 4 million coins with messing around with ones to watch cards this year. Very effective method. And I'm going to show you everything, how to do it. This whole video is going to be about ones to watch investing. If you guys do enjoy the content you guys are seeing lately, please drop a like on the video and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, guys. The YouTube is really fun right now and it's going great. So if you guys are enjoying all this stuff, make sure you guys do both those things. It helps both of us. Some of you might be confused as to what ones to watch investing is, what a ones to watch card is. Basically, it is a card that is a newly transferred card for the new foot year. They'll release them throughout the year. They'll release a batch in the summer edition, which is when the game comes out, and then they'll release a batch in the winter, which is around January when there's some other transfers. What do these cards do? Basically, you can invest in these cards, and when they have league games, if they score or they assist, these cards go up in value on the market because people are predicting that they will get an inform for the week and then their rating will be higher. So say, as you see on the screen, say Lacazette gets a ones to watch card, which is, I do believe, confirmed in FIFA 18 that he will be getting one. Say he scores, second week of FIFA, and that's when his card goes skyrocketing because everyone thinks he's going to get an inform. So if you bought that Lacazette ones to watch, a few days before the game and you prepared, right when he scores, you're going to want to sell into that hype when he's up 40K. And that's a 40K profit just from throwing your coin somewhere, a few days before the match day. How to really do this, guys? When is the best time to invest in these ones to watch cards? I think the best time is probably a few hours after they have a average or poor performance, right? When they're not going to be projected to get an inform. When they don't score, they don't assist, or they don't get a shutout or something, right? That's when your good time is to pick them up. That's probably when they'll be at their cheapest. Now, if you want to play this safe, right? When do I sell them, you're probably asking. You should probably sell them an hour to 30 minutes before the game lineup is announced, or an hour 30 minutes before the game actually starts. That's your safest way. That's when people are, they're late buying them before the game. They think they're going to have a good game. That's when they'll probably rise 5 to 10K naturally from what the time you bought them was a few days before that game. Now, if you want to be risky, you can hold on to these cards throughout the game, and you can hope that they're having a good game. But just know, if they don't, you're kind of screwed and you may lose coins unless you hold them until the next game, which is usually what I'll do. If I'll take the risk, I'll hold them all the way till the next game, just so I don't sell for a loss. You don't want to panic sell or do any of that. Simply, there's a few things you guys can do to really be an expert with ones to watch investing. First, you can watch the games, right? If you watch the games and you're sitting with your web app out or your console out next to you and you see Lukaku score, go snipe him as fast as you can because everyone's going to try to go get him. And if you snipe him right away, right as he scores, you can usually flip him in 5 minutes for about 30 to 40K because he keeps going up because people keep buying him. That's a great way, but you have to be quick. And if you're not quick and you're buying when he's way too up, then you're going to lose money because he's going to start to crash slowly. Second, get an app like FootMob. Get an app like one of those apps where you can turn on notifications. You can add these teams with ones to watch cards as your favorite team. So every time they score or assist, you get a notification on your phone right as it happens. That's a good way to do it if you're on the go, right? So this on the screen is just a concept of potential ones to watch cards in Foot 18. Now, they're not exactly what they are. They're not all of these will be in the game, but these are just big transfers that went to big clubs that should be getting ones to watch cards in Foot 18. Now, I personally love ones to watch investing. I think it's so profitable. I think if you invest at the right time, which is usually after they have a poor performance, and you sell in the hype a few hours before they play, you can make profit regardless. Like if I buy 10 Douglas Costas after he has a bad game, say he gets a ones to watch card in Foot 18, say I buy them at 80K, and before the next game he is 91K, right? That's 11K a card, and it's a safe investment because you're buying after he has a bad game when people are panic selling, and you're selling just before his next game, right? So then you don't have to worry if he has a bad game or not. You've already shipped him out. He's good to go. You've made your profit. You've took your profit and you run. That is the smart way to do it. Now, these ones to watch cards could be all over the place. You could see, Lacazette and Lukaku are confirmed, but you could see a Nelson Semedo. You could see a Schneider. You could see a Murata. And here now I'm going to go into talking about the guys in this video who came to watch. you know, when is the right time to invest in these cards in foot 18, because the trends may be different. So essentially we know the first week of FIFA there will be a group of ones to watch cards released like there was in foot 17. Now there is going to be some differences this year than last year. Obviously there will be different ones to watch cards than last year. Different clubs, different values, different nations, all that. So the cards will be different. Second, last year when ones to watch dropped, not everyone understood how it worked. I think there are a majority of people now this year who really understand how ones to watch investing works, and people have kind of mastered it. So I would say in the beginning of the game, and we can go look at this last year, ones to watch cards went up a lot over time, and I do believe this is because, right, they got multiple informs and they got higher. But if you look, right, see how on Friday, September 30th, Higuain was 502K, and then on Saturday he goes up to, you know, Sunday he's up 652. I think right away, guys, I think what honestly happens is that not everyone in the beginning of FIFA last year really understood how ones to watch cards worked. So I think the first day when they came out, everyone was like, well, what is this card? It's the same as his gold card. Because a ones to watch card isn't affected until he gets an inform. So in the start of FIFA, all the ones to watch cards ratings are going to be the same as their gold card ratings. And some new users may be confused and don't understand why they would invest in a ones to watch card. You're investing in a ones to watch card because you think the player has potential to get informs throughout the season, or you're trying to invest and make money with it through game days. Now, ones to watch cards in last FIFA were only affected by league games, right? But this year they said that there is a chance that they could be affected by man of the match and other competitions. So look out for that. We don't know the answers to that yet. But here's what I want to go into more into the video is when's the right time to invest in FIFA 18 with ones to watch cards. Now I'm going to go through and show you an elite ones to watch player like Paul Pogba, arguably the best ones to watch card out of all of them last year. And I'm going to show you his trends from the beginning. And as you see in the beginning, he was way overpriced. Now he was 3 million on the first day. And he was like 2.1 the second day. So here's what I'm saying to all those guys who are trying and wanting to invest on these big ones to watch cards, like a ones to watch Neymar on day 1 or day 2. What I'm telling you right now is don't do it. Every streamer, every YouTuber is going to be hyping these guys up, and they're going to be telling you, you know, I got a ones to watch Neymar, and everyone is going to, the demand for these ones to watch cards this year is going to be crazy, because now everybody in this game knows how ones to watch cards work. So you have to be very careful with investing in ones to watch cards in the beginning of FIFA. I do believe that they're going to be way overpriced, and I think you should stay away at least from the elite ones in the beginning. I think ones to watch Neymar is not a player you should buy in the beginning, and you're probably asking, well, why shouldn't I invest in ones to watch Neymar? Because isn't he going to get 5 informs throughout the year? And yes, Neymar will. Don't get me wrong. He's going to tear up League One. He will be way overpriced in the beginning of FIFA, and I think you need I'm going to just go out on a limb and say this. I think for the elite ones to watch players, guys, we need to wait a week or so for them to get into packs for that first week. You know, let the hype die down a little. I think they're going to be way too overpriced that first week. And I do think there's room to invest in some of the lower tier ones to watch cards in the beginning of FIFA, and here's why I'm going to go in and show you all this. I think that for a guy like Conte, I'll show you this right now. I think that if you find that ones to watch player who you think's a little bit under the radar, a little bit, you know, say like maybe Nelson Semedo, you think he's going to have a beast year at Barca, or I don't know, a player like that, right? If you think Chicharito, he should be getting a ones to watch card. If you think he will kill it at West Ham this year and won't be overpriced in the beginning, those kind of medium to lower tier ones to watch players, then that may be a good investment first week rather than going all out on Neymar and losing 1 million coins because he was overhyped. So as you can see here, like a guy like ones to watch Conte, right? He starts off 100K, and look at his rise over time. Now this may be a rise through informs, but still look at him, because his card just becomes more valuable and valuable because people think he's going to get more informs, and his card will just be better and better. So if you bought this card when the ones to watch is released for 100K, you could have sold over time. He just keeps going up. And that's a testament to showing that ones to watch cards investing can be extremely, extremely beneficial if you can find the right players to invest in. With a guy like Conte, he in the beginning was an 81 overall, right? So a lot of people were like, am I really going to pay 300K more than his 81 gold card? And that's why he was 100K. He was undervalued in the beginning, and he went up over time. So what I'm telling you guys for next year in foot with ones to watch investing, here are my main takeaways and advice to you guys. If you guys want to master it, right? Make sure you're buying after the game. Do not buy in the hype before the game. Do not fall into that trip. Second, sell in the hype before the next game. If you want to take the risk, hold them through the game, and then don't panic sell with the rest after the game. That's when you should be picking them up. not selling them. If you missed that window to sell because you thought he was going to have a good game, sell on the hype before the next game. That's my advice to you. Now, investing in these cards in the beginning, let them get out into packs. Let them be put onto the market. Right away, they're going to be very overpriced. And now you're asking me, who am I going to invest in? I'm going to invest in those lower guys, probably like Chicharito, probably some of those outside backs, probably some midfielders on some teams that aren't like Barcelona. I'm going to be looking for those guys, right, that are going to be sneaky, having good games that aren't like a ones to watch Neymar who's 3 million coins. I think that's the way to go. In my opinion, ones to watch cards will be extremely overhyped in the beginning of FIFA 18 because everyone knows how they work. Last year, they were newly implemented onto the market, a new thing on the whole FIFA game in general, and people it just did not know how they worked. People were all confused. So some people knew how they worked in the beginning, so some people got the advantage of buying those medium to lower tier players for a very, very cheap price, and they were able to sell them a few weeks later for very, very, very expensive when they started getting informs because they were playing well in season. Overall, ones to watch investing is probably my favorite part of FUT. I think it's brought so much light and entertainment to the game this year, and I think it really connects you to be able to watch more real life soccer because you care about it more, because you're investing you're putting your coins into a player who's in that game and you're hoping he does well. Let me tell you this right now. Ones to watch investing is the most profitable way to make money on FIFA if you do it right. So the tips to do it right guys? Sell in the hype before the game. Sit with your web app out during game if you're watching some ones to watch players, right? And make sure the second they score, you hop on. You know what their price was before the game, and you know how much you're buying them over for in that moment. If you're only buying them over for 5K, you're probably good, and he'll go up another 20 to 30K. And don't buy those elite players in the beginning of the game. That's just my opinions on it, but that's basically how you should be investing in ones to watch cards in FIFA 18. Let it wait for the first week. Don't fall into the trap of buying them and hyping them else, because listen, there's only going to be Team of the Week 1 and ones to watch cards. So everyone's going to try to get their hands on a special card because they want to have that elite status of, oh, I have this special card. Just chill out. Play it the right way. Let the hype die down a little bit in the beginning, and then get going with the medium to lower guys. I would only start investing in the big guys like ones to watch Neymar after a month or so. Let his price die down a little bit. Let him get an inform or two and let his, just chill on that. Do not go crazy with that. And that's my opinions on ones to watch cards in FIFA 18. If you guys have any questions, there was nothing I didn't answer, if you guys are confused how ones to watch cards still work, please let me know in the comments below. I will answer. You guys know I answer everything. I want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the streams. We're almost about to 2,000 subscribers. I haven't been able to stream much lately, but I do appreciate you guys still tuning into the YouTube videos. The support in the last video was crazy. I'll link it in the description below. It was about how to invest in the beginning with Team of the Week cards and Weekend League cards, and that was a great video. It had a lot of likes. I appreciate all the likes, guys. If you guys could hit 100 likes on this video, that'd be amazing. And yeah, I really do appreciate it, guys, and I hope you guys all have a good day.